8 children are dead, not in a war, not in the streets, but inside their own home. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. The person they were supposed to be safest with is the one police say killed them. Sit with that, because both sides are already reacting. Some say this is pure evil. Others say something inside him broke. But here's the part nobody agrees on. What happens inside a human being? Right before they cross a line like this? What kind of silence? What kind of pressure? What kind of darkness builds up until it explodes? And if it built up once, could it happen again? So what does God say? When protection turns into destruction, and love turns into something unrecognizable? Because what the Torah, the Gospel, and the Quran say about this isn't just about him, it might be about us. Here's what we know. In Shreveport, Louisiana, a man killed 8 children, 7 of them were his own. Let that sit for a second. This wasn't random. This wasn't strangers. This happened inside a family. Police say it was likely connected to a domestic dispute, which means this didn't start in one moment. This built up over time. And that's what's hitting people so hard, because this isn't just violence. It's broken trust, broken protection, broken love. The one place children are supposed to be safe became the most dangerous place of all. And this is where it gets messy. Because people aren't just angry, they're asking deeper questions. How does a human being cross that line? What kind of pain or darkness leads to this? And here's the uncomfortable part. Could something like this have been stopped? Could someone have seen the warning signs? Or are we only paying attention after it's too late? And this is where faith steps in. Here's what's interesting. The Torah doesn't just talk about violence, it draws a hard line around it. In Genesis it says, "Whoever sheds human blood, by humans shall their blood be shed. For in the image of God has God made mankind." Genesis 9-6, that means every human life, especially a child, carries something sacred, not symbolic, not poetic, sacred. And then there's this, "You shall not murder." Exodus 20:13, simple, direct, no exceptions. But here's what people often miss. This command isn't just about the act. It's about what leads to the act. Unchecked anger, bitterness, loss of control. Judaism doesn't just condemn the outcome, it warns about the path that gets you there. So when something like this happens, it's not just a violation of law, it's a destruction of something God calls holy. Now this might challenge how you see it. Because in the Gospel, Jesus goes even deeper. He says, "But I tell you that anyone who is angry with a brother or sister will be subject to judgment." Matthew 5:22. Wait, not just murder. Anger itself? That's where it starts. That's the seed. And then he says something even more powerful. "Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these." Matthew 19:14. Children aren't just important, they're central. They represent innocence, trust, purity. So when harm comes to them, it's not just tragedy, it's a direct violation of what Jesus protected most. But here's what people struggle with. Christianity also talks about forgiveness, and that's where it gets uncomfortable. Because the question becomes, how do you hold justice and forgiveness at the same time? Now listen to this. The Quran is extremely clear about the value of life. It says, "Whoever kills a soul, it is as if he had slain mankind entirely, and whoever saves one, it is as if he had saved mankind entirely." Quran 5:32. One life equals all of humanity. So what does that mean for 8 children? Think about that. And then this, "Do not kill your children out of fear of poverty. We provide for them and for you." Quran 17:31. This was revealed in a time when children were sometimes killed out of desperation or fear, and God directly forbids it. But here's what stands out. Islam doesn't just condemn the act. It speaks to the fear, the pressure, the breakdown that leads to it. It acknowledges that humans can reach dark places, but still says there is no justification, none. So what do all three say? Together, they agree on something powerful. Life is sacred. Children are protected. Violence is never justified. But here's what people are missing. All three also point to something deeper. The danger doesn't start at the moment of violence. It starts way earlier, in silence, in stress, in anger left unchecked. This is where it gets uncomfortable. Because it's easy to say, that could never be me, but these texts don't just point at him. They point at us, our anger, our blind spots, our moments where we ignore warning signs in ourselves or in others. And here's the hard truth. It's easy to be compassionate until it costs you something. It's easy to say protect children until it means stepping into someone else's chaos, calling something out, getting involved. So the real question becomes, where is the line between minding your business and stepping in before it's too late? So now this turns to you, not the headlines, not the man, you, because it's easy to watch this and feel horror. But what about the moments before something breaks? Have you ever seen someone spiraling and said nothing? Have you ever felt anger that scared you? Have you ever ignored something because it wasn't your problem? This is where it gets uncomfortable. Because faith doesn't just ask, what did they do? It asks, what would you do? Would you step in? Would you speak up? Would you notice the signs? Or would you scroll past, like everyone else? Because at the center of all of this is one truth. Every life matters, every child matters, and sometimes the difference between life and death is whether someone chooses to act before the breaking point. So maybe the real question isn't just where was God in this? Maybe it's where were we? And what will we do the next time we see the warning signs? Because in the end, you don't just see the situation, you choose how to respond to it. So don't just see the story, see the person before it's too late. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and head over to our YouTube page for more content like this.